Chili dog. Oops, not that. Chili dog. Hey guys, what's up? It's David Claire Knight here, and we're back for the NR2003 ShopRite season. The series, the 2004 season's coming to a close. The anticipated Ford 400 has come. Our six championship contenders ready to rumble after having all their highlights shown in 1 for 6, except for Christopher Abel's Chicagoland win. I forgot to add that, which was my bad, but nobody even noticed because he won so much. Everybody else under the top six trying to battle for as high as they can in the championship. I'll show everyone the final stats after the season is over. But let's see. 54 laps at one of the weirdest tracks in the series, Homestead. Got to make sure everyone qualifies. All right, let's see who DNQs.
Driver,
Josh Drake with the DNQs had a terrible season. Derek Drew, Landon Weeks. Nobody else DNQ'd other than that 19 car. Now let's see who gets the pole. Will Aaron Abel end with 10 on the year? Derek Drew on pole. And whoa, the championship not as high as I thought these guys would qualify. What the heck is Thompson doing in the bottom though? 34th. Thompson back in 34th. Byron's 29th. Art 28th. Sloan 27th. Meanwhile, we got Christopher Abel 12th, Rutherford in 10th, and Tom Sloan's 26th. So everyone's on the outside look. Nobody really has a shot. Interesting. Now, I gotta remind everyone
Drivers,
what's gonna happen. Because remember, 32 has a 2-point deficit on Sergey Thompson. He's the championship point leader right now, if the race started right now. Christopher Abel behind him, he's 11 back to the good. Thompson all the way back in 34th in that 21. He is really low. I don't know why he qualified. I mean, but remember whatever happened at Rockingham, qualified 25th, finished in the top 10, led 2 laps to hold that championship points lead. Byron down by 56. He's the only one on the inside lane. Can he capitalize on that? Art and Sloan, those are the two underdogs that are over 100 back. Shelby Howard with a problem. Not good. All right, the inside lane's got to be able to fix it because then I have to reset it. I don't want to have to deal with that. That's good for Byron. He's going to be stuck on the bottom. And Shelby Howard goes off the track with an issue. Let's see if he can get that fixed. See if everyone can get going here. I got to make sure. If they don't, I'm going to have to restart it. Everyone's going to get back on track, even the cars all the way in the back. They come off turn number 4. Shelby Howard goes in the pits, but Derek Drew ending the season on a high note is going to lead us to the green flag. Green flag is out at Homestead as everyone was able to come back in. Elliot Monroe probably had the biggest speed boost, though. As I'll keep the leaderboard up there. Shelby Howard looks like he was able to hit the finish line, so he'll get points. Ricardo Vega going for the lead. Has had a lot of good runs disturbed by wrecks. See if he can capitalize on a good opportunity here as he goes for the lead. Rutherford and Abel stuck on the high lane. Asher Byron closing as Derek Drew was able to clear that 23. Byron already got pushed to the middle. Thompson trying to get out of that bad group of cars. Remember, the outside lane is not where you want to be at this track, so let's see if Rutherford and Christopher Abel can do something about it before they lose too many spots. Art gets to the bottom lane as Byron gets shuffled to the top. Derek Drew continues to hold the lead. Vega trying to close in on that 78. Aiden Johnson were the one holding up that bottom lane. Look at Christopher Abel gets around Rutherford, a hugely needed position, huge run, and he's going to be able to get to the inside as he clears the 45 of Adam Beverly. That's going to put him back up into 14th, and now he's got the inside lane as Rutherford continues to drop. Remember, I wouldn't be surprised there's wrecks at this track, and right in front of Byron Drive and Meteor. Ooh, that was close. That was close. And Thompson. Is there a caution out? No, there's not. Thompson's just really slow. What is he doing in 40th? Shelby Howard's back on track, by the way. He is a lap down. I don't know what Thompson's doing there. In 40th. I mean, he's closing in, but he's going to have the inside lane to himself, that means. And here comes Ricardo Vega going for the lead. On lap 4, he'll take it from Derek Drew. And the fastest lap is Jean Zena, that number 0, who is chilling now, battling for second. Looks like Chris Frable got shuffled back to the high lane with Rutherford. Art is trying to capitalize. He was 126 to the good. All the championship contenders struggling. Christopher Abel doing his best to try to get to the bottom lane, but Kyle Revingston says no. He's squished between two rookies. Can the 18 get back on that inside lane? Rutherford gets on the bottom. Is everyone trying to... I don't know what they're doing. Thompson! Into Dario Sanchez, and around he goes. He collects Thompson. Into the wall goes a 21 hard. Caution is out. Derek Drew's back out in front, and Sergi Thompson, heavy damage. Is that it for him? What was he doing? Derek Drew's going to win at the line. And it looks like the highest of the title contenders is going to be side by side. Rutherford versus Christopher. Abel gets it at the line. He will hold that 14th position over the 32 of Rutherford. Art back in 18th. And Byron's back in 30th. Sloan in 36th. And Thompson might have just had his day ruined. Is that too much damage for the 21? What was he doing? Gets into Dario Sanchez. No, there were 4 wide. He gets into... Oh, Wilson gets into Sanchez, bumps him, and the 21 just gets into him. And around he went. Dario just barely clipped that 21. And yeah, just couldn't stop the car, and huge hit. Not good for the 21 team. It's all going to come down to whether he can keep going. Kelvin Braun's came in a little early. No one's coming in, but I'm pretty sure the 21's going to have to come in. Where's the 21 car? There's Thompson. I just want to see. It looks like he's going to keep going, but he's now has a really damaged car. He just needs to see if that damage is too fatal or if it's going to actually not be as much of a hindrance as we thought it would be. Dario Sanchez gets rid of his hood, and Sergi Thompson comes back on track, and he will not be a lap down, but he will have... Nobody's going to leave the race. It's good for Thompson, but Thompson now has damage, and that's what everyone wanted because he was the points leader. He was up by 2, but now all the other title contenders, they're up in the mid-pack. Christopher leads them at 14, but he is not the championship points leader. Winford Bradford Rutherford still leads the points because remember, he had a 9-point gap on Christopher. And remember, Abel needs to finish 3 spots ahead of Rutherford just to tie him and pass him in the standings. So WBR right now is leading the championship over Christopher Abel. As Sergi Thompson's in 39th, let's see if he can keep up with the field. He has no bumper. I don't know, it might be too bad for the 21 team. Green flag will come back out for Derek Drew. Shelby Howard's a lapper on the inside, both Kroger cars. And Noel's not going to be able to get to the inside. That's going to allow Ricardo Vega to get to the inside. Sergi Thompson looking very slow. He's going to have to rely on Rex. Oh, never mind. I don't know why he's so slow. Maybe the tires are different. Anyway, as we get back to the front... Oops, that was not what I meant. Shelby Howard battling for his lap back. Ricardo Vega's going to take the lead. Oh, he slid up the track. That's going to allow Derek to hold his lead, but he still can't clear that 27. The 27 needs a wreck. Vega stays on the inside of Derek Drew with Derek's brother Pep in 3rd. He's pushing that 23, and here comes the other Drew brother, Eric Drew, in the 97. Rutherford stuck on the high lane, I could see there. Is there 3 wide up front? Thompson's already fallen to 5 seconds out of the lead. As Ricardo Vega takes a lead. Zhong Zina now going to the inside, trying to make it 3 wide. Vega gets a little loose there coming off the corner. He will hold the lead. As Chris Frable tries to get as far away as he can from the 32 team. As now he is, since nobody led a lap, he is now 6 points ahead. But he's going to be 9 in front once he passes Chev here. Eric Drew trying to get around Derek as he goes for 2nd. Vega trying to lap Shelby Howard as Thompson lost the spot, and he's just hoping for Rex at this point. He is very slow. Asher Byron stuck on the outside. Tom Sloan running bad as well. Byron's running 28th. Lolo's Art is trying to catch up to those guys up in front. Rutherford trying to hold this championship. He's closing. As soon as Abel passes a car, Rutherford passes a car, makes sure he doesn't gain any points, but now they're in a big pack as Eric Drew closes in on Ricardo Vega. Christopher Abel gets around Rob Brody. Gavin Grogu gonna clear Winford, Bradford, Rutherford as Rutherford continues to pass cars. Christopher hasn't gone to the 32's gap yet. Remember, they had a 9-point gap. That's 3 positions. Abel's only passed 2 cars. Winford leads the points by 3 as they start lap 14. Gets around Rody and Fred as he's 3 wide with them. Noel slowing down way up on the high lane as Eric Drew takes the lead. He took the lead already last lap. Derek Drew trying to get around him. Shelby Howard still waiting for that immense caution as Christopher Abel continues to use that inside lane to his advantage. Landon Weeks really slow on that high groove. They check up there. Rutherford gets moved up to the high lane. Same with Art. Byron and Sloan, I don't know what these guys are doing back here. And Thompson is just too slow. He just needs Rex. And hopefully for him, one of the championship contenders can be involved. That big gap, though, is starting to take a toll on that 32. He's stuck on the outside as Christopher Abel starts to run away. He's got Rob Brody on his heels trying to get around him. Headphone fell out. Eric Drew laps Shelby Howard as Derek Drew is going to follow suit. Ricardo Vega with him behind him. Christopher Abel in the 8th spot as Rutherford's trying to get out of 15. That's a 7-position gap, which is 21 points. That means Christopher Abel right now is leading the points by 12. But Rutherford's trying to gain some spots back. I told you, I thought Christopher has the highest chances. He's really good on these tracks. I'm surprised Tom Sloan isn't up there with them. And Thompson, unfortunate for that wreck. He's just hoping for a miracle. And Byron's never been good at Homestead last year. He was always running in the back the whole time. And Art is just so far back, he's not going to really challenge us. Here comes Rutherford starting to gain some spots back as Christopher is trying to reel in 7th position. Winford has already moved up back into the... what position is that? 13th? 13th spot. He's still not in the points lead. He's 5 spots behind him. If Rutherford can manage to get 2 spots, he'll be back tied for the points lead, but he will lose it because remember, the tiebreaker comes on wins, and Christopher beats anybody when it comes to that wins category. He's at 6. Rutherford only got 2 this year. This is Christopher's chance to start extending that lead. He's going to get to the inside of Kyle Revingston. So we got Jim Sales with an issue. Let me check what happened to the 25 team. I wonder if he got wrecked, because I don't remember him. I thought he was in front. Let me see. Yeah, something happened to the 25. Looks like he spun while I wasn't looking. Gary Smith gets into Sales on lap 16 while he was running 21st, and he just went around. Really big spin. Just spun. He's so on pace, though. He was able to get around Dario Sanchez, though. Sergi Thompson was able to move back to 39th. That's nothing. Byron's going to start trying to get some spots as he gets closer to a pretty big pack. Landon Weeks was in the top 10, already outside the top 20. Maybe some issue in there on the 86 car. As Christopher stays in the 8th position. Rutherford's moved back up into 12th, but he's got Adam Beverly trying to pass him. Beverly gets to the inside. Now side by side is definitely what Chris Rabel wants in front of him. Eric Drew continuing to hold the lead, wants to get 2 straight wins and his 10th career victory in the 4th of the season after being eliminated from championship contention. Looks like Rutherford was able to hold that 12th spot on his own. He's 4 spots behind Christopher. Can he close in? Still got a pretty long ways to go in this race, though. It's all going to come down to strategy. I'm Sloan trying to start trying to move up now. I think that's what he should probably start trying to do. He's the lowest championship contender that's actually racing, and he just went way high. All of Tom Sloan Racing doing bad. S- Sloan here at the 4, Brown in the 77 also running low, and Thompson, of course, with his wreck. Rutherford starting to close in on that 20 of Gavin Grogu. I think Rutherford has the better car, but he just had more outside lanes, so he has to make up some more spots. It's all going to come down to those two, I think. And I don't think Thompson's going to have any of them wreck out. A nightmare for Tom Sloan Racing, indeed. And Byron, the only one that also had a pretty legit shot at winning this championship, isn't running too well either. Sloan, obviously, he needed Abel to finish last place, but it's not looking like that. I mean, not Abel. He needed Thompson to finish last. I mean, it's looking like that, but he just needed so many points. It's not even. I don't think he can even. He's not even going to be able to at all. As here comes Rutherford, he's going to steal the 11th position away from Gavin Grogu, and now he's just 3 spots behind Christopher Abel, and now he's tied with him for the championship. Christopher, and here comes Rob Brody trying to get around that 18. Christopher does not want that 32 to catch up to Fred one bit. He wants Gavin Grogu to start battling that 32. And as I said before, I think Winford has the better car. And those guys in front of the 18 are pretty strong. Might be able to get around Xena, though, because now Xena's on the Highland heading into 3. But here comes Rob Brody. Brody and Fred not letting Christopher go off easy. They're trying to battle him for that spot, and that's exactly what WBR wants. We hit 30 laps to go in the championship. Christopher Abel leads, even though he's tied with Rutherford for the championship points lead. But Abel leads because he breaks the tiebreaker. Rutherford just needs to close into within 2 spots, and he'll win the championship by just 6. Sorry, by 3 points. Zhong Xena now. Oh, here comes Kyle Revington on the high lane. Oh, and Abel moved the 0 out of the way. He's going to get that 7th position as they're 3 wide for 6. Rutherford's closing in fast. Can he catch up now that these guys are getting halted? Or is he going to stay on the outside? He's going to go to the inside as Rhodey gets moved to the high lane. This is not what Christopher wants. Rutherford's going to gain a spot. Those guys are starting to run away out in front, the top 5. Surprised Aiden Johnson's doing that well, holding his own. Rutherford gains a spot. He just needs one more spot and he'll pass Abel in the championship. He gets that spot. He's just 2 spots behind the 18. Rutherford leads the points by 3 once he gets around the 0. He checked up a little off that corner. He won't have draft. The 0 might be able to clear him. And he will. That's good for Christopher. But now can that 32 get around him? Oh, he's got so much speed. Heading into that corner, he's going to move Xena out immediately as he tries to close in on that 18. Lolo Zard also having a good run as well, but he's just so far back that he's running 15th. Byron's moved up to 24th, while Tom Sloan's cracked the top 30 in 28th. And Sergi Thompson, of course, hasn't gotten that wreck he needed. He's 39th. Wonder if they're going to have lap traffic in Dario Sanchez. Nobody's left the race yet, mind you. Xena's still with the fastest lap. Howard's in last place, a lap down, but he's contending with those guys up in front. And Christopher Abel's going to get passed. He's already losing the championship. He's going to lose 3 more points if Fred gets around him. And Rutherford's ready to capitalize. Rutherford's going to capitalize on this opportunity. He's going to try to pass Christopher. And the 18 get that run. Vega comes in the pit. And the pit cycle has begun. I think the first of 2 pit cycles. They're side by side. As Rutherford holds, he's going to take the spot, and he's already holding the championship. I wouldn't have gone for those tires. I would have tried to save them as Art continues to move up into 14th. As those top 2 in the Drews. The top 3 are Drew, Eric Drew, Derek Drew, Pep Drew, 1, 2, 3. As they all come in, including Shelby Howard. Christopher Abel! Oh, man! These guys are going right at it coming into pit road. Gavin Grogu is going to be leading us. I gotta check that out, bro. That got crazy. I thought that was gonna be a wreck. Look at this, guys. Rutherford wants to come in. Abel says he almost wrecked him. That got so close and heated. Goodness, that could have been so much worse. Sergi Thompson already came in. He's gonna come out. As Pep Drew, it looks like he already came out, and he will be the leader. I get back in pit road. Hold on. Let's see who comes out first. It's probably gonna be Eric Drew. I mean, in the championship fight. Abel's already on those left sides. Art's already out. I can see that 8 car. Shelby Howard beats everyone when he comes out. But Eric Drew will win off pit road. 18 and 32, still trying to go. Christopher comes out first. Rutherford's still not out. Something is wrong with the 32 car. And now he comes out. He lost so many spots. He's already 6 spots behind the 18. What the heck, Rutherford? What are you doing? Maybe he's trying to draft. I don't know what he's doing, but it's very risky. It looks like those leaders come back in. Eric Drew, I think, is going to be back out in front because it's Pep Drew. Yeah, there he goes. He gets past. Eric Drew takes back the lead. Iron's pretty far back. He lost even more spots. Christopher's running 31st at the moment, while Rutherford's 38. He's 7 spots behind him. Carson looking to get around Jimmy Reed here. Nice pass. Looking. Man, I didn't think Rutherford was going to be that far back. All he's got to do is pass 4 cars and Christopher nobody, and he will get that championship to himself. Somehow Asher Byron was able to cycle out in front of Christopher Abel. He's up in 25th. Speaking of which, I don't know how this happened, but Tom Sloan all of a sudden is in the top 10. Art is up to 12. What the heck? This cycle, what the heck in the world is Adam Beverly doing in 3rd? He was outside the top 10. This pit cycle got me a little confused. I wonder if Thompson, of course, didn't gain anything. He's still in 39th like he was before. Eric Drew's going to get around Dario Sanchez with ease. Byron, though, he's 56 to the good. He's nowhere near as far as he needs to be in front of Christopher to beat them for the championship, but if Rutherford can close in on Landon Weeks, I mean, they're 38. Maybe these guys are just staying out really long. I don't know what the heck they're doing. They can't be in the 30s. These guys are probably on a different strategy. As Abel's now catching up to 2 guards that need battling, Carson and Jimmy Reed. Tom Sloan's battling for a top 10 as Lolo's Art is going to get around him. Christopher Abel's running 29th as Rutherford's still 38th, so Rutherford's got to start moving up if he wants to close in. He's behind by 8 spots. Sorry, by 9 spots. Art moves into the top 10. Sloan starting to lose some ground as Rutherford stays 13. Looks like Christopher starting to gain some spots. Rutherford finally gets around Landon Weeks to see if he can start working on the guys in front of him. I mean, what the heck are these guys doing? 20 to go. Byron's still struggling to just hit the top 20. Art is the highest of the championship contenders. He's in 10th, but nowhere near the points lead right now. Actually, I don't know. I don't know who's gonna be I don't know if he's the points leader. I doubt it though, because he was 126 back, and he's like 18 spots ahead of Abel right now, and I don't think that's how the points go, 3 for every position. But Abel's now gonna start to try pass everyone in a pack. Rutherford hasn't even reached Josh Turner yet. He's had a really bad pit stop. The 18's pit crew actually paid off. Eric Drew continues to hold the lead and end the season on 2 straight victories. Art trying to get around Rob Brody in the 16 here. As Tom Sloan's in 11th. Gavin Grover trying to get to the inside here of Art. Doesn't get there. He will not get there. Didn't have draft help. I think it's going to all come down to pits again. It looks like Rutherford's starting to easing some cars, but it's at the worst time now that Christopher's in a pack. Christopher's up in 27th. Rutherford's moved up to 36th. He's got to start passing some cars, and Christopher's already on that motive. He's got to get really fast, that 32 car, because I don't know, man. Art's starting to move. He's going to move up to 9th. Beverly's starting to close in on Ricardo Vega for second, as they are right now 2.5 seconds off that. Rutherford battling Jeffrey Chev here for position 35. I wonder if the 32 stop added more fuel compared to the 18. Because that would be smart. But I don't know if it's going to come to fuel mileage. I just think it's going to come down to tires. Christopher's now in all this traffic. Oh my goodness, gets loose as they're trying to get around Dario Sanchez. Eric Drew is just out in clean air right now by himself. Jim Sales is pretty far. Hart wants to get his 9th spot back as Tom Sloan tries to close in on that top 10. Byron's now... Christopher is closing in on Byron, man. Christopher is going to move up to 26th. Rutherford hasn't even hit 30th. He's 35th right now, pretty far away from Noel. So he's running out of time. Look at the lap counter. He's running out of time to catch Christopher Abel. Abel leads right now by 9 spots, which is, I think, 27 points. So I think he's got a pretty comfortable gap. Shouldn't be icing those tires like crazy. Kyle Revingston moves up to 2nd. Over Ricardo Vega. Finally, Vega's good runs are not destroyed. Only 1 caution, unfortunately, came out for Sergi Thompson in the beginning. I think Rutherford is closing in on that 12, but he's got to start moving. He's running out of time. Art lost his grip on Grogu. It looks like... Oh, never mind. For a second, I thought they were pitting. I forgot you have to get through the pit entrance all the way in turn 3. Oh my goodness. It looks like Winford's caught up to Sanchez, but Sanchez isn't going to really be much of a hindrance. 32 gets around him with ease. Unfortunately for him, it's not for position. As Christopher's moved up to 25th, so he's not really gaining anything because the 18's constantly passing cars. The 32 hasn't even gotten there yet. And there's just over 10 laps to go. Eric Drew, meanwhile, though, is holding his lead pretty nicely. Pretty far over 2nd place. I mean, Kyle Revingston was able to close in a little bit. Oh, Gavin Grogu. What in the world? Man gained a ton of time. There's car number 18, 25th, right behind Asher Byron. Rutherford's caught Cameron Regal. He's going to take 34th, but now he's got 10 laps to go, and he still has to pass so many cars. He has to get 6 more cars to take the championship lead and for Christopher to not pass anybody. And that's if he doesn't get passed at all. So Christopher Abel needs so much help to try to get hold this championship right now. He is running. Where is he running? 25th still? I thought he was 23rd. Chris Frabel holding this. He's right behind Byron. He's Noel's now getting reeled in, but he's got 9 laps to go. 9 laps and but now he's on the outside. Yeah, wouldn't hurt to lose 1 or 2 spots for Christopher though. I told you everyone I thought Chris Frabel had the highest chances at winning this championship. And the world sales is gonna catch Thompson. It's gonna come down to pits, but I don't know if they have to pit again. I'm not sure. Everyone's running bad though, except Art. Art's the only one running up in the top 10. Whoa, Donald Wilson slow. Rutherford's gonna get around Noel for 33rd, but he still needs quite a couple spots, and he's really far away from that big string of cars. And has very little time. But he's got his teammate in front of him. Maybe he'll just give him a free spot. And Chris Frabel here is going to get around Donald Wilson for 24th. Oh, never mind. Wilson with a really nice run off the corner. He's going to clear the 18. Grogu is so fast. Why? He's up to 3rd. Maybe he's on fresher tires on those guys. I don't know. He's up to 3rd. He is moving fast. Remember when he was battling Art? He's got Sergey Thompson now. He's going to probably lap traffic. Johnny Sauter in front of the 20. Kyle Revingston isn't really gaining much time. Looks like Carson gave Rutherford a free spot. Christopher having trouble getting around Donald Wilson for 24th, but Rutherford is just so far back. Grogu's gonna pass Sauter for 3rd, but they're running out of time. I don't think they're gonna have to pit again. They're on 5 laps to go, coming to 4. Can't believe all the championship contenders are running terrible except for freaking Art. And Art was really far back, so it's not going to be good for him. Rutherford trying to catch Aaron Abel and try to catch a string of cars, but he is so far back. He is 3, almost 4 seconds behind the 18's bumper. Grogu starting to catch Kyle Revingston. I don't know how Grogu's getting this charge, but Gavin Grogu on a charge to get a win. His 2nd of the season. Sergey Thompson never got the wreck he needed to try to battle for the championship fight. That wreck just killed him, man. He's now 40th. Eric gets around him. Three laps to go in the season. No one's pitting, and nobody looks like they have to. Eric Drew with such a big lead. 2 seconds. Grogu trying to get around Kyle Revingston. Eric Drew's all by himself. Nobody near him except a few lap cars here and there, but nobody's really passing him. Grogu gets around Revingston, but he has no time to catch number 97, Eric Drew. Drew all by himself. He's looking to win this race. Again, he won Homestead last year. Chris Frabel's the only one that's won 2 races and a race 2 years in a row. He's going to come off the final corner. 1 lap to go. In the Ford 400, one lap to go in 2004. Eric Drew out in front at Homestead once again. Eric Drew is out in front by 2 seconds. Grogu's closing in, but he has no time. He's closing that gap so far. But coming off turn number 4, Eric Drew is going to come off turn number 4, end the season, 2 straight wins in 2004. He's going to get his 4th win of the season and 10th of his career. Eric Drew wins at Homestead. Meanwhile, coming off turn 4, soon enough, Christopher Abel is going to win the 2004 ShopRite Series Championship. It goes to Christopher Abel. He wins the NASCAR ShopRite Series Cup Championship. NASCAR Cup ShopRite Series Championship, whatever you want to call it. Nobody had to pit again. Rutherford just did not have enough time to catch up. He didn't even get to top 30, 32nd. Eric Drew gets his 10th career victory, 2 in a row, and Christopher Abel wins the championship, I think. Yes, it does. Christopher Abel holds on and takes the championship, and it comes looking like this. We'll check the results of the race. Only 4 guys a lap, 1 caution, 4 lead changes. All the Drews led a lap, and so did Ricardo Vega. Here's everybody else. ORT Racing does not tie Tom Sloan for the DNF chart, though. And there it is. Christopher Abel ends the season winning the championship by 15 points. And he did it on that strength on that top 5s. Rutherford just couldn't get the top 5s, even though he racked up top 10s. Thompson fell all the way to 4th. He was 1 spot. Byron was able to notch 3rd. Couldn't win 2 straight, but he notches 3rd in the championship. Art finishes 72 back. Sloan closed into 105, but it was just not enough. Eric Drew, 200 back. He finishes 7th. He just ended the season strong. Gavin Grogu, he ends with 1 win. Remember, 1 win, 10 top 5s, 11 top 10s, because he won Bristol, but it didn't give him the win for some reason, even though it says in the results. Jerry Smith actually fell back to 9th. He actually did worse compared to last year. Last year, he was 8th. Fred finishes 10th. Johnny Sauter gets 11th, so he's still the high. No non-signer finishes in the top 10 in points. He finishes 11th. Jet Meme fell back to 12th. Xena finishes 13th. Noel finishes 14th. Chev 15th. Drive 16th. 17th Rhodey. 18th Kelvin Bronze. 19th Jimmy Reed. 20th goes to Pep Drew. Harris Wales 21st. Aaron Abel 22nd. Jim Sales 23rd. Luke Anderson 24th. Logan Revler 25th. Ricardo Vega ends in 26th. Kyle Revingston 27th. Cameron Regal 28th. Colin Cropley 29th. James Meteor 30th. Elliot Monroe 31st. Reese Brown 32nd. Adam Beverly 33rd. Shelby Howard 34th. JoJo 35th. Josh Drake 36th. ORT Racing 37th. James Carson 38th. Aiden Johnson 39th. Gets his 2nd top 10 of the season. Josh Turner 40th. Donald Wilson 41st. Sonny McPowell's 42nd. Dario Sanchez 43rd. And then everything outside top 43 is Landon Weeks, Kevin LePage, Kerry Earnhardt, Derek Drew. Derek Drew, actually, by the way, he has these points add up 461 plus 78, which is 931. So it's 573 points for Derek Drew. Sorry, 539 points for Derek Drew. He'll still finish 47th. Hermie Sadler 48th. Alex Lightyear 49th. And Robbie Gordon finished 50th. Anyway, those are the starts. Rutherford, if he had one more start, he would have won the championship. But that DNQ at Texas just killed him. The Lead Wave Award winner goes to Aaron Abel. Was able to notch 9 poles. Not the 11 he had last year, but 9 still not bad. Yeah, he has 20 career poles right now. Not a lot of guys win poles this year. Wins, Christopher Abel wins that by a freaking long shot. Eric Drew 4 though. Top fives also Christopher Abel. Gavin Grogu also has 10 top fives, by the way. Top tens goes to Rutherford, who got 19 across the year, but just not enough. DNF chart, everyone had a DNF this year. ORT Racing gets the big junker, 19. Laps completed goes to Lolo Zard. You had quite a few 1933. Byron had less last year, so Art finished more laps. Laps led, Christopher Abel wins that by 54. Him and Eric Drew and Sergey Thompson all broke the record that Eric Drew set last year for laps led. And whoever's led the most races is tied between Sergey Thompson and Christopher Abel. I still can't believe Thompson had that wreck, man. But there it is, guys. The 2004 season's come to a close. Now we just got the All-Star races. Sergey Thompson choked the championship with that risky wreck in the beginning. He lost 3 spots. But that's it. It's over. The one that goes 1 for 6 was Christopher Abel. Ends the championship season with the trophy. Christopher Abel is your champion. I hope you like that video. Please like, please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.